Hello and welcome back to Lorfan Gaming Plays Pokemon Scarlet Violet. I'm your host Lorfan. In this Pokemon Scarlet Violet video guide, I'll show you all on how to defeat Nemona. Our Stalker rival for the fourth time. As always, like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more Pokemon Scarlet video guides like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so be update and more. I'm going to go ahead and go over a few quick things with Nemona's fourth rival battle. Now, when you're about to start the fifth gym, she'll be inside the gym building ready to challenge you. However, the actual battle will not start until after you defeat the fifth gym leader. Now, for example, I was doing the normal gym leader. As soon as I defeat that leader, Nemona was there ready to battle. So not only you should have your fifth gym team ready, but also a team to quickly defeat Nemona. Now, this video guide will tell you about Nemona's team that she's going to be using for the fourth time, and also what Pokemon you should use against her and how the battle should go. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Nemona's team. The first type of Pokemon she will use is Lycanroc. It is a rock-type Pokemon, obviously by the last part of the name. Now, if you're using the following Pokemon, which is Bug, Fire, Flying, or Ice type, you will get defeated easily. That Pokemon will be 6 feet under. Now, if you're using Fighting, Grass, Ground, Steel, or Water, that Pokemon will be definitely 6 feet under. So a good combination is either a Ground type, or if you have one of those nice Fighting types with Steel type ability. So those are two good routes you want to definitely use. So let's go ahead and go over the second Pokemon that Nemona will use for this fight. The next Pokemon that Nemona will summon after you defeat the first one is Goomy. This is a Dragon-type Pokemon. So here's the deal. It's strong against Dragon-type. It is also weak against Dragon-type, Fairy, and Ice. So Dragon, Fairy, and Ice is a good ideal. If you have a really good Dragon-type, for instance, like my Gabite, it's a great idea to use it. However, again, it's like a Glass Cannon type of Pokemon. It's strong against it. It's also weak against it too. So you do have to be careful. If you do not want to suffer that kind of strength and weaknesses, go with Fairy or Ice is the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the third Pokemon that Nemona will use during the fight. The next Pokemon you're going to be facing, number 3, is Pawmo. Yes. Nemona evolved her Pawmi to Pawmo. Unlike someone named May never evolves her Pokemon, well, Nemona definitely evolves it. So Pawmo has the following, which is electric and fighting type. Electric strong against flying and water, weak against ground. As for fighting type, it's strong against dark, ice, normal, rock, and steel, weak against fairy, flying, and psychic. I decided to go the ground type just to seal the deal. I felt like it was more damage. It was much better. Now, I put my Pawmo in the battle because at one point my ground type fell. I revived it right away. And at that point, it was another way to, offset the damage between the two. Then I summoned it in and I annihilate it. Now, I'm going to probably say that's not the hardest fight out of the 3 you about to face. It's most likely the second one. Now, the last one is stupid easy, so I'm going to go ahead and explain about that next. Now, the last time you met Nemona, she had a counter starter that's weak against your starter. Now, for example, I'm using the fire starter, so she'll summon the grass type. However, it'll be evolved in its third form. You're asking, Fenton, why is that? Well, you're facing a level 37 Pokemon, and I believe it evolves around the low 30s. Now, if you have your grass type, you're going to be facing the water type. If you have your water starter, you're going to be facing a fire starter that looks like this. So that fight is basically like a give me. You'll definitely win the day. Use your best either fire starter abilities, grass starter abilities, or water starter abilities, that depending on which one you're currently using. Now mine, for instance, I use Torch Song, and that just sealed the deal. That's about it for Nemona's Pokemon team, so I'm going to go ahead and go over my suggestions of Pokemon you want to use during this fight. Gabite is the Pokemon I did use for the first 3 battles. The second battle it went down, however, I used the Pawmo's Revive to get it back for the third battle. Now, it is a ground type, so Lycanroc, that uses, of course, rock types. That sealed the deal because I used Bulldoze to do the damage. Second time I used Dragon Breath, took most of the help of the Goomy. Of course, they hit me with one shot with a dragon ability, and I went in with Gyarados to go ahead and finish it off with some kind of move. Now, if you don't like that for the second battle, go ahead and use the other two types, which is, of course, Ice and Fairy. As for Pawmo, the Pawmo one, I should say, it has, of course, Electric and Fighting type. Again, I used the Ground type to seal the deal, so this way I have enough space, of course. Now, what I'm showing you is the fourth battle, as you see before you. That is your starter Pokemon's weaker counterpart. So Nemona, for instance, is using her grass type against my fire type. When this happens, this is like a easy victory. I mean, come on. At this point, you should probably develop your starter Pokemon, or if not, have an alternative type of Pokemon that you could use against it. Just remember, if you start with the fire, you face against grass, the final evolved form. If you have grass, you'll face off against water, the final evolved form. Now, if you have water, you'll face against fire, the final evolved form. That's about it for my Pokemon suggestion. I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't like any of my glass cannon setups, then go the safer route with the other weaknesses, so this way you annihilate your opponents. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all on how this does start part 1, after the gym battle victory, and then the actual fights. So here we go on all of this. Upon defeating Nemona for the 4th time, you get your Pokedex updated, some cash, and some nice updates, of course, about the new TMs, and of course, new classes too. And one more thing, you definitely get the dread on your face, knowing that Nemona will stalk you again. Well, maybe not the last part. So, here's the final advice before I do end the video. Battle 1's a rock type, so go ahead and counter that. Battle 2 is a dragon type. If you want to go dragon against dragon, that's fine. Otherwise, ice and fairy is a good solution. Now, the next one is Pawmo, which is electric fighting type. Use either one of those counters against that. The last part is use your starter against hers, and you'll annihilate that battle. This is it for my How to Defeat Nemona Rival Battle 4 in Pokemon Scarlet Violet video guide. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching, and have a great day or night, and do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet guides just like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. Have a wonderful day or night and do enjoy the view.